because I understand that you have retired, you're 50-0, you walked away from the game, you made a lot of money.
Hidden clips show a locked-in champion grinding through brutal high pressure, training to secure total body and mind control. As final hours approach fast, this remote training camp has fully turned from normal preparation into full battle mode, where one small error can take away the title. Heavy iron plates slam in the background. Every lift now shows raw explosive strength built to shift a mountain and push beyond every known limit today.
Great career, a tremendous career, an unbelievable career. But, I mean, once again, we can't judge a guy. A guy is not great because he won one fight. To become a legendary great fighter, you must continue to go out there and beat good fighters.
This is no longer normal fight preparation. It's a loud, brutal message to the towering kickboxer that he's about to share the ring with a completely new kind of monster.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights, who got the highest game? Who made the most money? You did. Who was the most accurate fighter of all time? You were. So it's basically...
To make his mindset fully clear, the champion removes all doubt about how the fight will ultimately end inside ring. He declared he believes he wins and predicts 7 minutes and 1 second, focusing only on 23rd May ahead focus. For us, this intense routine becomes a deeply spiritual, all-consuming mission, leaving no space for distraction or self-doubt at all. He isolates himself completely from outside noise, focusing only on daily grind, while his coaches break down specific traps designed for his opponent in every single training session now.
You were prime Floyd.
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorites.
But the champion is not the only fighter pushing human limits in this final countdown to chaos. On the other side of the world, Rico Verhoeven matches that same intense energy by beginning brutal mornings with freezing ice baths to prepare his massive frame for war ahead now.
I like, has the same mentality I got. Like he's hungry and he's gonna come after you. Mayweather is very tricky, but at the same time, Crawford will go right-handed and left-handed. So it would be a big problem for Mayweather. And if Mayweather gets hit with Crawford, like I hit him and rocked, it might not end well for Mayweather. It might be over it. But Mayweather could outbox Crawford, I think, because Crawford has the mindset that I'm trying to knock you out, and Mayweather knows how to play to that I'm trying to knock you out type of thing, because he's used to people coming at him trying to hit him hard all the time. The only person that I see that I can kind of like equate to, and this I think Crawford would have the edge, is Castillo, when Castillo fought Mayweather the first time. And fights like that, Mayweather has problems with Crawford. Because Crawford is hard,
The kickboxing king is forcing his huge frame through draining routines to fully rebuild his athletic ability for the boxing ring. He is driven by one single obsession, to unleash the most dangerous and unstoppable version of himself the world has ever witnessed.
One of the great counter punchers, one of the great boxers, one of the great fighters. I know he didn't get on his resume what was on the resume of some of these guys, but you can only beat the guys in your era. You can. I know he beat a couple really good guys in his era, and they were a little late. It was a little like Pacquiao was one of them. It was late in their careers. It wasn't when they were in the prime of their careers. I acknowledge that. I do. I acknowledge all of that. But he's still great. He's still great. And he's number 10. He starts this great list. And that's Floyd Money Mayweather. 49-0. Again, I don't even know what record to give you.
50-0. They count.
All right. So 50-0. I don't want to take nothing away from Floyd. You can't take nothing away from him. He's just great defense.
This is not just about survival for the heavyweight challenger training to hand out a crushing beating. He is honing his weapons with a chilling confidence built to shake the boxing world and take away the champion's legacy completely.
your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
The giant kickboxer stays completely unfazed by the champion's terrifying reputation and treats this huge challenge as his perfect chance to shock the world. He sees the unbeaten king as nothing more than a man who can bleed, and he's ready to show everyone what really happens when a legendary striker enters his world.
Of course, you got to give it to Floyd. Floyd at that time. Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ. You know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. But I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we ain't know too much about. People don't understand how much a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you in there. That's what Bud went up against that night. That's why he didn't look so great. To me, I could be wrong, but he didn't look so great to me because he was learning a lot about Madrimov while he was in there with Madrimov. Opposed to Floyd Mayweather fighting Canelo, and we already know what this is. You know what I'm saying? And it's totally different styles, but I still got to give it to Mayweather. His confidence, his endurance, I mean, his speed, his ring generalship. You know?
Rico is fully embracing the pure craft of this new battlefield as he cuts out every old habit. He is quickly mastering the deeper strategies and hidden layers of the sweet science, making sure he looks like a true seasoned boxer instead of a misplaced martial artist.
Stack, did you in your head size up Floyd like, was, you know what I'm saying, if we was ever keep it real, boy, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat it.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, man.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, he did that. Never. That's some hate type shit to me.
Like Clyde.
Yeah, like, yeah.
That's exactly his approach. Legendary boxing trainer Teddy Atlas is fully dismissing the kickboxing legend, highlighting his almost complete lack of real professional boxing experience. He feels the massive challenger has a stronger chance of seeing a miracle happen than actually pulling off what would be the biggest shock, upset the combat sports world has ever seen.
Own career and become my own boss. And when I was able to do that, because I talked about this on numerous different platforms, you know, how I bought myself out my contract for $750,000, and then I made $750 million in 3 fights. So I'm a little different from the rest of the fighters, you know. The less you get hit, the longer you last. So I didn't want to take too much punishment inside that square circle. If you see a lot of fighters, they can barely walk, they can barely talk, but still, you know, Floyd Mayweather has made smart moves, surrounded himself with a smart team, and I'm still making hundreds.
Even though the challenger is an absolute physical force who cannot be ignored, Teddy Atlas still insists he has zero real chance against a true master technician. On top of that, the veteran analyst stresses that the unified champion is far too proud and disciplined to ever engage in any scripted style or relaxed sparring like the crossover exhibitions seen recently.
Certain things you grow, and I truly, I wasn't where I wanted to be as far as with my career. I really wanted to be everywhere. I wanted the Mayweather brand to be all around the world, not just in the U.S. or not just in a certain city. I wanted to be worldwide. You know, a lot of athletes, only that, I mean, their careers are short. My career is long, and my career wasn't just inside that square circle. My real estate portfolio is unreal. Even with these gyms, we're going to constantly build, put people in position to be entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And we want people to come work out. And I talked about this with Robert Smith the other day. You know, when I text Robert and we talk, I said, you know, Robert, we both getting a lot of money. I don't have the money that you have. Of course, I done made over $1 billion, but health.
I don't think Teddy Atlas feels the undefeated king has truly earned this huge payday after spending years fighting nothing but the best names in boxing. In his eyes, this massive showdown looks like a complete mismatch, where everything depends on whether the champion chooses to take his time through the rounds or finish it in brutal fashion.
Definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin Boots, there's a lot of them, and they skillful in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I could bet the house on, because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room, or I come in the room, we start arguing. About basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he wanna do. So, skillful, yes. But this and this, it's different. There's not a lot of guys like that out there. There's a lot of guys that talk. But until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying the guy, you fighting the guy you should be. I'm saying the guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. You don't really know what you have.
Teddy Atlas' tactical breakdown shows how the kickboxer's stiff stance and basic defensive habits could leave him standing like a fixed target for the pound-for-pound king. He believes the champion will break him down with ease, changing angles to slip through the guard and fire off non-stop combinations whenever he wants.
Great performance, man. He's been doing this throughout the course of his career. The stakes were a lot different in this fight, a lot more danger. He had to fight that kind of fight in order to beat Canelo Alvarez tonight, and he did that at 38, 37, but getting ready to be 38 years old. And he proved, like Max said, that he is the GOAT of this generation. Hats off to Canelo for taking the fight. He didn't have to take it. Hats off to Turkey Usyk for putting it together. Just a great night for boxing.
Yeah. How special a fighter is someone like Terence Crawford? Like, there was no signs of a size disadvantage there. How special?
You can see it in spots, but it wasn't significant. And I didn't think it was going to be significant. And people called me crazy, but I've been around Terence. He's strong. He's got a wrestling background, and people don't realize that he's been boiling himself down all these.
Former cruiserweight champion Tony Bellew feels an upset in this fight would completely shake the entire sport, because the challenger is diving straight into deep waters against an undefeated titan. He highlights that the unified king is right now at the peak of his frightening power, coming off back-to-back wins over towering giants and unstoppable wrecking machines.
Hat on, this time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT, greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists, you know, everybody played the part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Tony Bellew even goes further, saying a win for the kickboxer would completely break the boxing scale itself. He stresses that this shocking result would instantly go beyond the legendary moment when Buster Douglas stunned the world by knocking out Mike Tyson.
Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford. Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually they moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era.
The British boxing analyst questions whether the champion could possibly underestimate the huge outsider or drop his focus for even a single second. But Tony Bellew quickly shuts that idea down, saying the ultimate professional is far too disciplined and locked in to ever get caught slipping.
Respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Shabby was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could retire at 80-0. You go up a top 10? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got the 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano. Right. So Rocky died. If he wouldn't die, he probably would have kept going too. So and then at the end, you fight a guy that's 0-0 for number 50. How can I respect it? You feel me? So, I mean, I love Floyd, don't get it wrong, I'm not hating on Floyd, but come on, brother, you fight a guy that's 0-0, Conor McGregor was 0.
Veteran analyst Max Kellerman says the kickboxing king is stepping into a truly historic showdown. He compares this huge test to a classic underdog story from the big screen, where survival is the only real route to success, just making it to the final bell. A straight-up win would rewrite combat sports history completely. But even standing tall against a master technician would already count as a major victory for the outsider.
This video on Boxing Ring is created for educational, informational, and commentary purposes only. All boxing highlights, analysis, and discussions are shared for sports awareness, news, and review. We do not promote violence, harmful behavior, or unsafe imitation. All content is used in accordance with YouTube's fair use and community guidelines and fully researched based from updated resources. Viewer discretion is advised.